What's up, fellow Legos fans? DJ Legos back for another unsponsored honest review on a 2023 Lego Marvel set based off the film that came out, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It is the new Guardian ship. It is set number 76255. It is recommended for building ages 10 and up. Comes with 1,108 pieces, and I paid its standard retail price of approximately $100 here in America. But without further ado, let's start deconstructing the Guardians' new ship for the movie here and seeing how it stacks up. Starting as always with the minifigures. So starting off with Star-Lord here, he does come with his standard blasters that we've always gotten with him. This time they're molded in a light pearl silver there. Talking about the actual figure though, he's got that Superman hair in the medium nougat color. Again, represents Chris Pratt pretty well. That same Chris Pratt head we've been getting since 2018 with the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom line. There's no changes to that. I kind of wish we would have gotten a new head here for Volume 3 because he kind of has more of a full beard at this point, but it is what it is. I guess Lego didn't see the concepts for that or whatever. Talking about the actual suit, we've seen this before in the two other sets I've gone over, but all the Guardians have a uniform in this movie now, so they share all the same torso across the board, aside from one, but that detail is nice, and it does reflect the suit in the film pretty well. Really accurate, really like all the details captured here. The little insignia, the red piping, and the fact that it carries down onto the legs for some leg printing, which we rarely get with Marvel sets, but it is nice to get them here. I should note that the red is supposed to be a little bit brighter according to the box and the all the promo pictures, but interestingly enough, it's actually supposed to be that off shade of red because the red in the movie is a little bit darker than what Lego's is. So it actually kind of works out. So I don't know whether to count that against Lego or not because it's almost unintentional. But flipping them around to the back, you have some nice back torso printing as well, and flipping the hair around, we can see we got that same standard expression for that Chris Pratt head that we've always seen. Next up, we got Mantis. Pretty much, like I said, she's got the same exact torso and legs that Star-Lord had, but up top, she's got the same hairpiece we always see for Mantis that was introduced back in 2017 with the Volume 2 sets. The antenna there are unfortunately they are painted, so they're a shade different from the actual plastic of her skin tone, so little quality control there, and especially at the base there where the paint is very sloppy. But taking that rubber hairpiece off, we've gotten the same head that we've always gotten for Mantis. They didn't change it for this movie, and flipping it around, you can see she still has the same angry expression as always. Next up, Drax. Again, he's pretty much talked about various parts of this figure before, but he's got a couple of these small knives here just to represent his daggers in the film. Again, he's got the same exact torso and legs as the rest of the Guardians here in this movie, but talking about the actual head, that is continued on from the advent calendar that came out for the 2022 holiday special. That advent calendar where they updated Drax's skin tone to be the sand green. I actually like it. It kind of works. I know he's like grayish green in the film, but this helps him stand out a little bit more, and it helps kind of make him look a little bit more like his comic book counterpart. So I actually don't mind the coloration here. That face print is also really nice, really captures Dave Bautista's likeness pretty well. You got all the tattoos, and then flipping around the back, no alternate expression because he's bald, but you do have the tattoos on the back of his head there. And again, same torso print, same back printing. And last, for the Guardians in this set, we get Nebula. She also comes in that standard uniform for these sets, but she does have unique distinction, as she's the only one who has a variation. She just has a silver arm for her cybernetic one that is exposed. So she's the only one that has any variation. Like I said, she also comes with a katana there, just to represent her sword. She also comes with a new head print for how she looks like in volume 3 here. It's very nice. It does have the same general look we've come to expect for Nebula. It's just she's missing a lot more cybernetics, just because she's gotten upgrades in between films here. And then flipping around to the back, she does have the same back torso printing as the others, and she also has some nice back head printing, representing a lot more of her details. And last up for figures, we got Adam Warlock. Talking about the actual accessories here first, he does come with a couple of the Power Blast pieces in that trans blue color. Nothing too drastic here. How they work is you just push them and they go flying out of the hand. We've seen them many times before. So talking about the actual figure here, he does come with that same hairpiece that Star-Lord does, just molded in a gold color for the first time, and that is pretty nice. He's got a nice facial expression molded on that gold plastic as well. Pretty much all this figure is that pearl gold, but that is a nice facial expression. You got all the necessary details for Warlock, the little gem thing on his head, the eyebrows, the face. It looks all very nice, and it really reflects the actor too. That is a phenomenal likeness to William Poulter. Going on to the torso here, it's very nicely done. It's very accurate to how they've designed Warlock here in the film. It all has all the necessary details, and something else is if you hit the light like that, all that sub detail is very nicely done. It's not noticed until you actually get the light to hit it just right, but it looks phenomenal. It's just really well done. Same can't be said for the legs. I mean, the printing on the legs there is pretty nice, and it does continue the design of the character and the costume, and it does have all the necessary details, but I kind of wish it was at least dual molded, just to capture the side details and the side print there. That's probably the only thing missing here. He does come with a cape piece, and it is that single hole that Lego likes to use now, just so it doesn't bunch up, and it is that spongier, softer material, so you can actually play with it with the ship and whatnot. But flipping that up, he's got some nice back torso printing, and it also has that metallic effect if you hit the light just right. And taking the hairpiece off, you do have an alternate expression where he is much more angry and much more serious, and it also looks really, really well. So talking about the main bulk of what you get for your build here, you do get the Guardian ship, new ship for the movie, the Bowie. We first saw this in the holiday special, but it continues on into the volume 3, and it's quite a ship to look at here. It's very interestingly designed. It's very alien in its design, and I quite respect that. And it also has this really great color scheme of teal here, and it's balanced out with this magenta pink color, which is really good, and I really like the look of it. It's the closest Lego has in colors to the actual ship here. It also comes on this little flight stand here that we saw for the Benatar and also the Quinjet that came out earlier this year. But it just sits in there, and removing it from the display stand, you can actually put this on at any angle. It just has this small little hole here that it just slots into, and you can pretty much put this on any direction just to get however you want to display this. And this is going to help with reviewing this thing. Talking about the front cockpit here, you do have this really nice shaping here of different hinge plates and slopes, just creating this unique shape that the front cockpit of the Bowie has in the film. Really tapers to the front pretty nicely. Any decorations that you see are stickers, and unfortunately the color tier that they use for the stickers does not match the color of the plastic, and that is very distracting here. And kind of detracts from the design a lot, in my opinion. But I really like the shaping here of the coloring and the stripes of magenta pink here. I really like the greeble detail going back to the engine block here, and the engine itself, the main propulsor right here, is really nicely done. It's really locked in there. And flipping this to the back, you can see it's got 5 thrusters in total. Each one is you got 2 on each of the rings here, and those are adjustable, and you can pose them however you need to, but they're pretty much supposed to be locked into that position. You got that iridescent pink color utilized just to represent the engine detail. But going further into the actual cockpit here, so at the center of the cockpit here, we do have a trans red windshield here. That's not really accurate to the movie, but I assume Lego was working on concept art. Either that or this was the same choice they made on the Infinity Saga Benatar, where they made the windshield a different color just to get the interior look of the ship, the coloring on board it just right. Or maybe they were looking at concept art where this did have a red tint to it. Who knows? But flipping this up, I should note before that, there are scratches and dings in this, and that is just because of the newer material that they use for their plastics for their windshields. Much more easier to scratch and ding up, unfortunately. But bringing this in here and getting some light in here, we do have the most bare bones control for the ship. I'm glad that we got something, and something's better than nothing. But given how big this ship is and how big the control deck that we see in the film, this is pretty passable for a toy, but I would have liked to have seen bigger. That's not against the Lego designer. I'm sure they were working with what they had, but You do have 3 seats here for minifigures, 1 at the front there and 2 at the back. You do have control panels for each seat here, and they are reusing prints that we've gotten in Star Wars sets before, and that is pretty nifty. However, I had to take the front part of the ship off just to show you this sticker for the front control panel for the ship that the main pilot uses. And like I was saying, you can fit 3 whole crew members in here, no problem. Just have to take off their accessories, and there's something about that we'll get into a little bit, but this set does come with 4 members of the Guardians, so there's actually a spot to fit all 4 of them on this ship. And that involves this bottom part of the ship here, where you just fold this down. Kind of acts like a boarding ramp, but you do have a nice control panel here. Just print for another sticker here, representing more controls to fly the ship here. But up here is where you get the last bit of seating for a minifigure. Pretty much you just attach any of your minifigure to that, like so. They just sit there pretty fine, and you just close it up, and there you go. Seating for all 4 minifigures with in the set here. Last thing to talk about with is cockpit before we move on to the back rings. Each side of the cockpit here has flyers that are able to be detached. Now, when the set was first revealed, I thought this was just a play feature that Lego designers made up just to have something here, but this is actually accurate to the film. The Bowie can actually detach flyers from either side, and you do get 2 of them. This one also comes off, but you pretty much just it's pretty much just hinge clipped in there with a ratchet and a clip there, just to keep it in place. And ship does look pretty still looks pretty nice with that detached, and when it is attached, I mean, you do have this nice look to it as well, where you actually have the exposed Technic pieces right there, kind of just blend into the ship. But the flyer here, again, it just utilizes that detail of the side of the ship here. This just pretty much folds open, and you can pretty much take any minifigure you want. So let's just take Nebula out of the cockpit here for an example, and you can just seat a minifigure in here. Again, it's not really too accurate to how the flyers look like in the movie, but it is still a nice play feature, and really nice that they actually reference something that actually happens with the Bowie in the film. But putting that back on, you can see how seamless that goes in. You can barely tell that it detaches or anything, that's just clipped in there just for looks. So that's pretty nice. Again, you got the greebling detail. And now we're gonna talk about these back ring thrusters. How the build for these pretty much went. They are pretty tedious and repetitive, but they do utilize that newer mech joint for the limbs, just to get that circular shape, and it's pretty rigid. It's locked into place, it won't break on you, and it pretty much holds its shape regardless. But a thing to note here is These do not move. They are pretty static. They are locked into place. That is not accurate to the Bowie, considering how the ship maneuvers. But I'm willing to bet that the designers didn't get to see this ship in action. They just were given the look of the ship through reference material and had to work from there. They probably didn't know that the rings can move, that this thing can adjust just to fit whatever flight position it needs to be in. So willing to give Lego a pass on that, but the design is still pretty solid here. Going to the back again, you do have some clips on the top here where a couple of katanas are just clipped in there. They're not accessories, they're just for looks, but down at the bottom you do have some empty clips because the rings are pretty much mirrored in their build. And with these clips you can pretty much just put any accessory that's left over that you need to. So you can put Nebula's sword there. You can put another accessory there as well. And that brings me to the other minifigure storage part. Pretty much you got this nice little build for the thruster covering here. It all looks really nice and is shaped pretty well, utilizing colors and that nice smattering of magenta there, sticker there. You do have this cockpit piece recolored in teal, which is a nice new color to get that in for some custom building. But each of these cockpit pieces flip up on either side of the ship here, and underneath you do have some nice greebling for the interior of the ship rings here, so it does look pretty natural. But zooming in here, each of these have a black clip that you can pretty much take the Guardians accessories here. So this side we're pretty much just going to take Star-Lord's pistols here and put them in there. We have some nice storage for his pistols when he's not in use. And on this side, we're just going to put Drax's knives here, so that pretty much fits. And with the clips on the back of the ship as well, just to fit Nebula's sword. That is pretty nice that we do get nice storage for all our accessories. I really appreciate whenever the designers actually incorporate clips to hold minifigure accessories, and furthermore that they're hidden, just so kids don't lose them while with playing with the sets here, and that you actually have storage space for minifigure accessories that actually make sense. So I really appreciate that. So taking a look at the extra pieces you can expect with this set, you do get a brick separator. It's set at $100 or more, so you do get one, and this is also heavily Technic based, so this is pretty important as well. Talking about the extra pieces, pretty standard selection for the most part. Extra studs and tiles and slopes, but a few things to note. You do get 2 extra katanas. That is just one's an extra accessory for Nebula. The other one is just for the greebling on the ship. So you can pretty much fit the 2 empty clips on the back, as well as you do get an extra one of Star-Lord's pistols. I guess that is now considered a small enough part to warrant an extra piece here, much like the small Star Wars blasters. So that is actually a really nice inclusion. So taking a look at the instruction booklet, it's one giant bound booklet here. Front cover, of course, you got the super cleaned up render where everything's perfect and everything's shiny. That same aesthetic we've been seeing since last year. Front cover tells us about the paper bags that are coming soon. You got the Builder app blurb about there. How to use the brick separator if you haven't had one before, letting you know that how the build is split up across bags and different stages of the build here. You do have Star-Lord down there sporting the progress bar for this set. And the whole entire build does take 185 pages worth of building. You do have a parts inventory at the back in case you need it for whatever reason. No cross sells for the Marvel sets. That is bizarre. Some other themes get it, but Marvel doesn't. Weird. You do have the product feedback thing with a generic minifigure spawning at this time. So talking about the actual box here, I'm going to apologize a little bit. This is really crushed at points, and that is my own doing. I was just not paying attention to walking around my own house. Nothing with Lego there. But talking about the actual box design, it's the same size we see for the $100 plus sets. It's got that same standard aesthetic that we've come to see for the Lego Marvel sets for the past couple of years. The Lego Marvel logo up at the corner there. Nice product shot of the set. Against that Cosmos, bright colorful, really pops. You got the set specs down there. Minifigure included right there at the bottom. You have that nice little angle of the promotional material for Guardians Volume 3, as well as the promo image of all the Guardians in their new suits. You got the comic book paneling with the minifigures around, showing various characters. Top of the box, you do have Drax that are sporting it for the actual size reference. And flipping this around to the back, you do have a nice other product shot of the set here against Planet, Guardians logo in the corner there, showing off various play features of the set. So at the end of the day, my thoughts on the set, I really like the design of the ship. There are a couple aspects that I don't like about it that can be just chalked up to Lego not having the full information, that primarily being how the rings here do not rotate and adjust. Again, that's probably Lego the designer didn't see the concept art where they were planning that. Just got the design of the ship. Minifigures, I find they're all nicely designed. That brings me to quality, where I continue to harp on Lego for some stuff. Namely, the stickers here, the colors do not match. The teal on the stickers is just much more darker than the actual teal plastic. And also, the minifigures, the red's not as bright as the box pictures it to be, but it does end up matching the actual source material. So it's kind of a win-lose situation where you lose what you were promised based on the packaging for the quality, but you end up winning based on accuracy to the film. So that's a little weird. And Lego asking $100 for the set, yeah. This is very much worth $100. I do appreciate them including these display stands for these bigger $100 ships that can't really display on their own, and giving them a chance to have some real dynamic posing for the flight here. So all in all, set's gonna get a solid 9 out of 10 for me. Again, I highly recommend this ship. I really like the design of the Bowie itself. I do think like this is a worthy pickup, and this set might not be around for much longer, considering it's a movie tie-in set and they seem to retire those faster than regular sets, so it's very well worth the pickup to me. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on the set. Do you like it? Do you not? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Always look forward to those interactions. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, all that jazz. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, have a great day.